My name is Ginger, and I'm the founder of MediaMark, and we are delivering Nielsen-style daily audience reporting to the movie business. Okay. Shocking that it doesn't exist. But this is a $36 billion industry with a problem. That means $36 billion worth of tickets have been sold just last year. And the movie makers, we're talking about the studios, the distributors, the producers, have absolutely no idea who's actually sitting in the seats watching their movies at the theater. It's a little bit of a problem. So where do they get the information that they have right now? So right now, the prevailing way of them getting insights into who's watching their movie, when you read little articles about this is who showed up, is exit polls. And here's what that technology looks like. This is a paper exit poll, okay? This is the way they gather their insights. They typically issue these at about 6 theaters across the United States, opening weekend only. They'll show up, and many of you have probably never seen one of these. In LA, you have a higher likelihood of seeing them than any other place on the planet, but you probably still haven't seen one of these. And a guy, or a girl, I've only seen a guy, is trying to hand these out to you. He fills out, those are moving, and you throw them into a cardboard box, they pack them up, and they go back and they give the data to students. We think we can do a little bit better than this, all right? So, we'll go back one second. So the problem with the exit polls, I don't have to go too deep into the methodology problems here, but without getting into a deep conversation about whether it's statistically significant, what's most important is it's not representative. These are usually sub 1,000 sample size, very isolated, very unique markets that don't represent all of the moviegoers that actually go see movies. The exhibitors have a slightly different problem. Yes, they have a better idea of who's sitting in their theaters. They've got rewards programs, but surprise, only probably about 20% of all moviegoers get anywhere near rewards programs, and they don't have the data that they really need. They're sort of in an echo chamber. They might know who's showing up into their own theater, but they have no idea how that even relates to the rest of the world. Next slide, thank you. So what have we done? We've developed basically a technology that not only identifies a moviegoer at the theater, but it automatically detects the movie that they are screening and matches it back to their profile and holds that data to unlock insights that have never existed before. We're talking about this working at every single theater in the United States, every single screening, not just opening weekend, 24/7, 365. If it's a movie in a theater, we're going to be able to capture that data. I haven't rushed into this blindly. My experience is in the media world. The way I discovered this problem was the first studio that I actually helped launch. It was a joint venture between Lionsgate and Televisa. We launched our movie. It was a limited release, and I went back to see, where's the research? We're going to go to expansion markets. Who am I targeting? What's the right profile? Where do I spend my money? I said, oh, well, we didn't actually do any research because it was a small movie. And I was like, that was a problem. So I've talked to people. I've talked to people at Fox. I've talked to people at Warner Brothers. I've talked to people on the exhibition side of theaters. And this is something that is very, very much desired by this industry. How are we going to make money? These are a little bit out of order because they go in order. The first way is to break this. This is a piece of cake to break, right? I mean, every single movie, the average wide release, let's say a $200 million movie is spending about a third of that on production and marketing. And so, a third of their production budget rather on marketing and research. So there's a lot of money there and they need that information. Then it'll scroll out to imagine if we were able to actually say, this viewer, so if any of you ever had to go see the Lego movie with a child, you probably experienced coming out into the light and kids singing, everything is awesome, and then you might have bought a few Lego articles for Christmas, et cetera, et cetera. So the opportunity to get back in touch with that specific moviegoer is immense and very, very much wanted. So traction. So talked to a lot of people in the industry, on all sides of the industry, to make sure that we were solving a problem that needed to be solved. Wrote the core technology in October. We have a provisional patent on the technology, a basic proof of concept to make sure that it worked. Then we put it into place, and we're actually still tweaking that, but now we're also building the functionality that enables third parties to license this through their own apps. So happy to take any questions. I think that's all I wrote. We've got some money things that are still changing. It's all changed. It's going to be a little bit different by the end of this week. And I can fill you in more on that. But I'd love to take any questions that you have on me.